So hello guys, my name is Ashutosh, and I am a brand strategist and creative director at Design Monkey Private Limited. And today we are going to talk about a very important topic, Bharat's transformation journey. And my co-host will be Yogesh Udgire. He is the owner of Digital Transformation Academy. Let me, he's on
Hi
screen right
Ashutosh,
now.
nice to have you here. Hello everybody. I'm Yogesh Udgire here and excited to be with all of you to share our experiences, some of our knowledge, and also some of the success stories with regards to the Bharat's growth journey, the transformation journey, and also the career and the growth trajectory that you as a student should be having. Over to you, Ashutosh.
Okay, so today what we are going to do is very simple. This is a set of series we are planning for all the people who really want to grow in their particular life, who really want to be in ahead of the curve, and who really want their career to be developed. So this is a career and growth series where if you are a student, if you are an entrepreneur, even if you are starting the entrepreneur journey, we are going to talk about how you can do that better. And if you are already an entrepreneur with some experience in your life with some companies or some different ventures in specific areas, we are going to take lots of questions also and going to tell lots of specific answers in different scenarios. So today we are going to talk a little bit of the Bharat transformation journey and what exactly happened. So there is a question, Mr. Yogesh, tell me a little bit of history about Bharat, how Bharat actually grew in this particular scenario in the modern era.
Yeah, so before we go to the history, what is more pertinent for us also? So we can start it from age old, the Gurukul system that we had. And when Swami Vivekananda went abroad to USA, the proponent of Hindu word that he told, the Sanatan Dharma that he told, and till to the modern era. So, what is most relevant to us is what is there for us into the future. So, when we say Bharat journey, the word Bharat also comes from the word Bhu, which tells us as a light, the one which comes from the light. So the Bharat journey is already, the name itself is, when we say Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, from darkness to light. So what is this light? The light is for the wisdom. And all along in the Indian subcontinent or in the Bharat Varsha, what we call it as, people have been aspiring for much more bigger things in life. So that has been the thing. Now, what has happened in the modern, we can say the tech era, there are a lot of tools which are there, there are a lot of techniques which have come, the science has grown, but the connection with what we were here for, that has been lost. So it is a very right time that the young generation currently in India is benefiting. So what is the right time here is, never ever in the history of Bharat there were opportunities which are there today. So the younger generation is the most blessed generation, which is coming with the enhanced software. Not only enhanced software, because as a person, when I'm seeing here sitting in front of you as a 51-year young guy, and the people who are young generation, so there is an enhanced software that has taken place. So what I mean by software is they are already born into the tech era. So the people, the children who are being born today, they are into the chat GPT era. So what we call it as this wisdom, artificial intelligence, according to me, Bharat Varsha speaks about divine intelligence. So that is the opportunity for the younger generation. Now, when we say the career and the growth, now both aspects. So career is much more than the education that is there. It is much more than the job that you have. It is the connotation for the career is the one which has a bigger expanse of life. However, what I see, the student today, as well as the society, as well as the government, so I'm not blaming any particular thing, but we don't have the complete 360-degree view of the opportunity landscape that is present to all of us. So the younger generation never ever, when I say in the history of the world, the opportunities which have come are so much in magnitude, so many in numbers. The technology is there, the need is there, the money is there, and all the things suitable. It is what is required is just connecting the dot. And in connecting these dots, the most important vital part is being played by our mindset. So, Chat GPT is there. However, what is required is how to dig and dive deep into Chat GPT to get the jewels out of it. So, what is required for the current student is what is it that they need to understand is asking the right question. And asking the right question is one of the techniques which these students need to develop when we speak about the Bharat. So, my focus would be much more on what are the future things that are there for them. We will discuss about the past of the Bharat also, but what is there when India is there going ahead into the deep technology, into the space technology, into the quantum, into the artificial intelligence, into the digital technologies, and a whole lot of things. And not only that, but applying them. The recent success UPI has been a global phenomena which all the countries world over have accepted. So right from what is the lower strata of the life of the person in India, citizen of India, to the highest person, everybody is involved into that ecosystem. The same way, the universal health interface is one of the biggest project which is there, where all the health records of the individuals would be there. So for the students, what I would like them to invite in this next 20 minutes of interaction which is there, you can come up with your questions also, but most importantly, what is required is out a mindset. So sit here with the open mindset as we take down into the journey of different aspects of the growth that are there. And then you can have a choice. What is the domain that you want to pursue with regards to your career as you complete your education also?
Yes, definitely. Asking questions really important. So we don't have much of the concrete views. Of four of the people are right now with us. So please ask the questions whoever is with us, and we will try to answer is as soon as possible and as apt as possible. So from there, let me show you one particular video. Uh, Here it is, and we'll see that.
You know what is a percentage of GDP that India has grown this year in 2021? What do you think is the growth of GDP? Percentage. 8.5%. 0.6% higher than last year. Okay. I love the fact that India is growing.
Right. Well, they're still under $3 trillion.
It's no problem. They're going to grow so fast. Look how fast. Who was China 30 years ago? Nobody.
Right.
Who's China today? Number 2. Who's India today? Don't get it twisted. Look how quickly India is going to come up.
So you're saying that's going to be a good thing for the world?
Fantastic.
If India...
Fantastic.
Would it be a good thing of the world if if India surpasses China and the US?
India's not a bad number one. India is not a bad number one.
Because they're a democracy?
India doesn't wake up in the morning saying, you better think like us or else. India doesn't wake up in the morning with Modi saying, take all the negative reviews out. India doesn't do that. That's what China does.
Right.
China believes in force. India doesn't believe in force. It's a mindset. You want the right mindset to be number one.
So I guess a lot of people are talking about why India is doing something this, something that, because we know as an Indian that we are not like that. See, a lot of people say ki it would have been something different. Something different would have been achieved if we were the first. It's not so. There's one good thing come out of this particular scenario, this world geopolitical scenarios, is that we have two comparisons. I guess Mr. Yogesh, you will be agreeing with me, I guess, because we talked a few days ago about the same particular topic, that we have an example of America, who has more money-centric country, has done a lot of good, and at the same time has done lots of mistakes, and we can learn from those mistakes. And we have China as a more dictatorial kind of scenarios where they have their own set of agendas, and they have done something really good, and they have done some really amazing mistakes from which we can actually learn. So both far right and far left we can learn from them, we can be neutral, at the same time we can be more progressive. So this is a very nice thing.
Absolutely, Mr. Ashutosh. See, the peculiar situation of India, what you rightly said is that as a Bharatvarsha, as a India, we need to learn whatever is the best available, be it China or be it USA. But now I'll just give you a different perspective. The entire Chinese economy is production based. So China is the world's production factory. So the more they produce, the more the economy grows. That is the thing of China. Now come to USA. USA is a consumption economy. The more it consumes, the economy grows. So there is one engine, economic engine is derived by the production. This engine, US engine, is derived by consumption. Now in this entire scenario, India is a peculiar country which has its own production engine also, which has its own consumption engine also. And it is not dependent on any of them. So the world is recognizing the importance of India now. And that importance is we have the most youthful population. The world's biggest youthful population, working population currently resides in India. And that is the biggest asset that India has, the working class population, which neither China has, which nor USA has. So that's one part of it. Secondly, the government has done the most amazing work in last 9 years. And they have brought the entire digital infrastructure. If you see recently, the G20 also released the digital infrastructure policy document, and it was distributed world over also. So the digital infrastructure document, if you go through that, Ashutosh, and what I'm requesting the students also currently in the engineering syllabus or in the MBA syllabus, I'm quite astonished. The students don't visit the government sites, nor to the ministry sites. How many students have visited the ISRO site? How many students have visited the BARC website or the DRDO website or Ministry of Information Technology or the AI side or the quantum things or the deep tech? So there are so many things, initiatives that the government is doing, but the reach, the awareness that still we need is still not there. So when you say USA as well as China, we need not go with both of them. We have our own identity. We have our own Sanatan economics, which is there. And this Sanatan economics is playing a major vital role. Just one example, I'll tell you. The pilgrimage footfall at Varanasi earlier used to be around 6 to 7 lakhs, which has now, the last year, the statistics which came. So there were around 7 crore plus pilgrimages who visited Varanasi, just one center. So the transformation of the temple has caused such a huge transformation, and the number of pilgrimage also. So this Sanatan economics works in a different paradigm. It's a different pedagogy altogether. Now coming back to the students' career and growth. Now currently we need not be myopic into those parts. So currently our students also, be it engineering, be it chartered accountants, be it MBAs, be it doctors, the missing link with the Indian students is that still most of the students in India, they have a job mentality. They are approaching the career only with regards to job. However, a minuscule fraction who started on the startup journey, and India was able to create 108 unicorns. We have one of the most thriving ecosystem. And that percentage, if we still increase further, I'm sure we will be number one into the startup ecosystem also globally. That is the opportunity which is there for the students. The domains which are there, be it of education, be it of farming, be it of using non-conventional sources, be it hydrogen or solar or farming or agrotech or drone technology. I can go on and telling so many things which are there. Now recently, Ashutosh, I came across one article which showed the importance of Ayurveda. Now artificial intelligence, the generative AI tools are telling how impactful and effective our Ayurvedic medicines are compared to the allopathic medicines.
Okay.
Now, what they are not also telling is that allopathic medicines are the best for the emergency cures, no doubt about it. But when those illnesses are there, the side effects which are there, which is for which does not require urgent information attention, Ayurveda is playing a good role. And I'm seeing now currently the Ministry of Ayush, they are also inducing technology into that. They are also bringing in the concepts about the clinical trials which are required for the Ayurvedic medicine also. And this will transform the entire wellness industry in India. Same is with the travel tourism industry. India is slated from the number 20th position, I was told, in the travel tourism. People say now we'll be on the top three in the coming 2 to 3 years. So those are the opportunities that we are talking about, and the impact, this ripple effect, or we call it as a compounding effect, will be much more broader, which will be much more stronger, deeper, and higher also. So Ashutosh, what is most important is, as we discuss all those things, the number of job opportunities also which are there, which are also in a very big way, those are also increasing. So it is not just job, it is not just startups, it is not just the government recruitments, it is also the Indian skilled professionals which are required outside of India also. So if you see the whole segment altogether, that's what I say, that the career and the growth opportunities never ever were higher the currently what are they are today.
Yes, definitely. One very crucial thing actually came into mind when you said. So I told someone to brought down my diary. That was my analysis in what exactly is happening. To be good at something, like it's a default mechanism. Every single person, every single entity wants to be good at something. This is what we want. Even if we are happy in certain aspect and sad in certain aspects, this is what drives us to be good at something. Like best antidote to the discomfort of life, people think best antidote to discomfort of life is comfort. No, not exactly. Sometimes comfort becomes boring after a certain level. Excellence and adventure, actually, that's what's a general perspective. And Sigmund Freud said, the good mother necessary fails. It's actually a correlation with what exactly we think here. That you said, go out, and even if you have some issues, even there are miseries, just go out and have some experience. This is what the main logic comes into. So I have some websites. You told about some websites now, so I have got some websites opened here. Can we see them one by one so that
Yes,
we
yes,
can actually
yes,
benchmark?
yes, yes. It's good. So these people who are online, they will also enjoy it. Show it to them also.
Okay. So this is one of the website. It's about the GDP in India expanding 7.2% in 2022 and 2023. So it's a since 2023 to 2024, it's a projection. So during pandemic, there was definitely a minus 5.8% percentage, but we actually grew alarmingly amazing. So we have been one of not exactly one of the fastest growing economy. It's been titled to us. And one website, this which is the World Bank, actually says, with a population of more than 1.2 billion, India is the world's largest democracy. Over the past decade, the country's integration to the global economy has been accompanied by economic growth. India has now emerged as a global player. So right now, even World Bank is acknowledging us as a global player. And then there are some real amazing statistics that after COVID, there was lots of the people, lots of the countries actually never recurred till now. They have never recurred, but what we have done is, like, there is a amazing uplift, and then we maintained. That was
Right. So,
a nice thing.
Ashutosh, what has happened is people were not prepared for the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So the blow that COVID gave, people, and not only people, but the businesses, even the countries, they were devastated. So what you said is very much right. They were not able to recover faster, regain faster. The speed at which the entire world was moving, the blow, the impact of COVID was so huge. That's why they are taking time to recover from the COVID impact. And Ashutosh, now your GDP, what you said is very much right. But we as Indians, no doubt we should celebrate our laurels, but we should also focus on those important elements that will give us the long term results. Now, as you discuss the GDP, no doubt the world agrees that India is the fastest growing economy consistently. But the two factors which we need to pay attention, one is the Human Development Index. India is lagging far behind the world in HDI, Human Development Index. Also, the per capita income of India, when we say it is just around $2,500 per annum, and those of developed economies, it is almost 30,000 US dollars. So the gap is almost 10 times, Ashutosh. Now, that is what needs to be brought out. So we should celebrate those growth things, and also we should working. The new education policy is putting those things, milestones in place. What I liked about the government is that government of India in the new education policy has included technology education like coding also from standard 5. That's the best part of it. Not only the coding technology part, they are also including the money management part of it, be it economics, because money was never taught as a subject for us in our engineering also to a large extent, and also the entrepreneurship. So what I liked about the new education policy, if you ask me, these are three elements. One is they are created the syllabus how to teach entrepreneurship from standard 5 to 12, how to teach them technology, how to teach them coding from those domains, how to teach them about money or economics, how the money is created, how the money is managed, how the money is grown, on all those aspects. Now that is the transformation of Bharat I'm talking about. And for that, government of India is first started training the teachers. So it is called as I think MMTC, Madan Mohan Malviya Teachers Training Course. That's the name of the initiative which is given, and all the teachers across the higher education institutions, then the schools, government of India has initiated that the teachers are going to be trained. And now the teacher's role is not to teach because that domain has gone. Why the domain has gone? Earlier, people who used to get degree, they used to get a job. But now currently degree is not important. What is most vital in this digital technology age is what skills do you possess? What capabilities do you produce? Or what are the results that you can produce? So no doubt, knowledge is most essential, that is vital. But just knowledge is not going to have you a great career or a job. Along with knowledge, a set of skills, a set of capabilities are also required. So what the things is that, so example I'll take again of chat GPT. The teachers also needs to be trained on how to use the chat GPT. Not only that, the student also, because chat GPT also the course curriculums are being created, how to use those tools. It is not just chat GPT, I'm just taking example, but how to use those tools effectively, how to use the generative AI effectively, so that wonderful things can be created. Now that is the opportunity what we are presenting. So when you say perfectly, so the impact of COVID, because people who are not prepared, they lost. India, the way it was, because be it vaccination, be it the food distribution, the losses of the lives that we had, it was the most minimal. Even people, percentage wise, if you see the people who died in the COVID in Europe and USA, it was much more higher than what people died in India. Absolutely, we should do that also. But currently, Ashutosh, today our focus was more on the career opportunities which are there, and how is that the growth? Because the exponential growth has become a norm now. Earlier, it used to take for people so many years to get to that momentum, to get to that levels of knowledge or levels of money or designation. But this exponential, the current ecosystem, which is so fantastically there, the monies is there, the market is there, people are there, the technologies are there. So this exponential growth ecosystem is the most biggest opportunity for the students currently. So we'll surely do a separate video on what NEP has to offer and how that is also going to transform. That also we will do. So Ashutosh, I have a question here.
Yes.
So the question here is from a student who is asking that he's confused. They have done their graduation. So he says BMS, okay, Bachelor of Management Service. So he says there are only one option which is there for us, and that is doing an MBA. So the question that is asked is, I don't see much options with regards to career apart from either taking up a job or doing an MBA. Suggest me something which is different from these two. What will you comment?
Okay, here we actually can differ from what exactly he wants to what exactly he can actually achieve. See, there are two aspects. One, if he is really focusing on the job and he really wants to improve from the job, and from there he can actually have lots of options. Like he can definitely go for MBA, and there are some MBA where they can have an option in MBA in IT or MBA along with the technical or other fields also. Like there is an MBA along with law. So it boils down to what exactly he wants to portray himself towards, and what exactly is the end goal. If he really wants to do MBA just for the paper and just for what we guess we should say degree, uh, it's not going to be much of an issue. They should just go for a career counseling and check what's the best. But if they are really serious, then for MBA and career, they should go for the elites. Elites can actually give them a bigger exposure. Elite institutions like national and international institutions, they can give them a very nice exposure with very good institutions, very good lots of the people from those places has got businesses across the globe. So they have very good chances of the communication with networking with those people. The teachers are from very reputed and very nice places. They have got experiences, the projects they do is amazing. And if they just don't want that, or if there is an issue with nowadays there is no capping, there is no hope lapse, they can definitely reach for that. This is what I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Ashutosh. Now, as we are moving towards the second part of our session out here, what I would like to say is that when we say the growth opportunities also which are there, or the career growth opportunities, the career these days is not just limited to one or two aspects. So I'll just give you an example. So earlier it was just you get into any college, complete any degree. After degree, the competitive exams used to be there. Either you become an IAS or do a chartered accountancy course or an engineering or a management or a medical, whatever the things were there, professional courses. And the career used to be great. And once you get admission to the IITs or IIMs or an IAS, you are all set. Your future is set. So that was the paradigm which we are operating. With the startups, the dynamics have changed. So there are more and more people who are coming up with newer and newer ideas and the products which are there. Now, currently, if you see all those educational institutions where the faculties are good, infrastructure, if it's an engineering or medical college, if the practicals that they are demonstrating is good, the faculties is good, and the placement is good, will always have a better mileage. So these educational institutions are also getting transformed. When you are talking about Bharat transformation journey, these educational institutions have also commenced their journey also, and that is what they are bringing forth also. So in the days to come, the industry institute interface which is happening, it's at a much more, I would say, synchronized level which is happening. So the industry people are getting very much involved with the academic institutions, the autonomous universities or the autonomous colleges or private universities also, wherein they are talking about blended learning, collaborative research, and also including what is it that they require also. And that is giving a new thrust, because students from third year, when they're involved with those colleges, they have a better chance of getting placed in those institutes also.
We should
There's one more
actually
question.
have a little
Yeah.
bit of research based analysis. Someday we can make a particular video on that also.
Okay, go ahead.
Definitely.
Show that.
Right now, I don't have. Today, as we were actually talking about the history and how Bharat came into being and what exactly happened and how Bharat transformed. So, I've got some statistics over some since 1987 to 2028. Like, it's like a proposed data. Let's
Okay.
see that. We have an inflation rate from 1987 to 2028. So,
Mm.
when we see the chart, definitely, at the time of independence and after that, it was really tough for any government to handle the case. But a lot have done amazing. Then it was very less, so like 3.83 to 3.98 to around that, from like between 99 to 2005. But suddenly it changed, and it was kind of like all-time high. But after 2014 or so, it again is starting to decline, and right now it's an amazingly low. It's 4%. So it's really less, like even lesser than US economy actually. And
Absolutely. So, Ashutosh, I would like to share one more thing here is, there's a author, his name is Anglus Madison. So this person who is a well-known economics research, and then he started compiling what was the contribution of the countries to the world GDP. So his famous book is also there. Anybody can Google Anglus Madison books, which are available on Google also. So Anglus Madison listed the contribution of the countries. So Ashutosh, when you say ancient India, Bharatvarsh, which was there, Sone ki Chidiya, what we used to call, India's contribution to world GDP was almost 27%.
it was the largest actually at that particular time. It was the
Yes.
literally largest.
Absolutely. So since the Mughal invasion started from 14th century onwards, it started a bit declining, and with Britishers it went down. And still today we are limping at maybe 2 to 3%. I don't know what is the current situation exactly today, but it was one of the most magnificent things that was there. And Anglus Madison is not an Indian;
Hmm.
he's an overseas person, and the way he has put up all the statistics was just amazing. So it is, what is happening with most of the youngsters is they keep singing glories of the past. I'm not saying don't sing the glories of the past, but also what is required is preparation for the future. So that gap needs to be mitigated, Ashutosh. So my invitation to the youth of India is that start leveraging technology for the best of the things, and also the mitigating, taking up those challenges, the various projects, and whatever you like, whatever the domain is there, and then started with the causing breakthroughs in your career. Growth is the natural outcome of those things.
Yes, definitely. And again, I have a very nice statistics from the World Bank, because they have very nice statistics website. So in that
Mm.
particular one, you can see this is GDP, as we were talking about GDP. So I've compared these five institutions. There are lots of countries. Every single country which can be traced and tracked are there, and I actually set only five of them, because right now we are at fifth number. So
Mm.
why to see below us? So uh, right now USA, China, Japan, India is at fourth actually. Right now
Okay.
it's 4.07 trillion for Germany, and India. This is India actually. No, this is Germany. India is fifth actually. It's India is 3.39.
Okay. I think next 6 months will overtake Japan and Germany.
Yeah, actually, there is a progression, like in 2028 to 2030. People are actually saying in that particular time, there might be a chance that we can surpass America. China is definitely going to, within 5 to 6 years. China is definitely going to be in rank one, the world leader, and USA will be second. But in due time, we can be second, and there might be a chance if everything plays well, because China definitely, because they just want to expand. There's expansion theory of China, so they really want to and encircle India and the people who actually support India. Like we have seen in Pakistan, we have seen in Sri Lanka, and supporting neighboring countries. So what exactly is India doing? China is trying to get there's a term, it's called a golden necklace. What India is doing is a diamond necklace. India is encompassing a bigger circle of friends and making allies with stronger countries, unlike China going to Sri Lanka and trying to destroy the country and taking over the country. India
Yeah.
is
So
actually
Ashutosh,
handshaking and making the whole, encompassing the China, and it might be a world leader really very soon, maybe before we actually die.
absolutely, but that also can be a separate topic, Ashutosh. But here is, as we are discussing about career and growth, let us be specific pointed to that topic. Now, if I tell you the statistics with regards to the PhDs that are there and the value creation of Indian PhDs, we are most ineffective, Ashutosh. So the citations which are there, citation means basically how many times we are referring to those projects. So in India, people do PhD only for the degree. Still, that is the norm. We are not coming up with the IPRs. We are not coming up with that practical patents. We are not coming up with the products. So in India, what is the normally said is that people publish and then they perish with regards to PhDs. But that after publishing has to be patented and then prospered. So that is the transformation which is currently happening, and that is what is required to be done. So with regards to the career growth, also the kind of inputs that are going out into the research, we have surely increased. And to match the levels of China with regards to research, to match the levels of the Europe, to match the levels of the USA, a lot of work still needs to be done. So those are those gaps which I was talking. Now, even if you take just the instance of the world rankings of universities, we don't have much universities, Ashutosh, in the top 500. Hardly there are some IITs and IIMs. That's all. So that is the gap which we need to fulfill. Even in travel and tourism, we don't have those tourists coming still to India. We have so many things to offer. So when I
Okay, I guess there's some network issue. I'll need to just see what exactly happened. I'm actually because the network actually gone from there. I'm actually looking really very weird right now. Hold on, let me shift it. Okay, so guys, right now I don't know, there is some network issue. Let me show you one more documentation which was I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me show it to you regardless. It's display capture. Okay, so this is the one which I was talking about. It's been published by labor.gov.in. You can definitely check uh, the links in the description. I'll put all the description or everything in the description only, so it will be fine. And here you can see youth at work in the G20 summit, because G20 was amazing. It was a grand success. So a lot of progress and policy actions towards the Antalya target. They had a terminology Antalya, and they had some targets. So what exactly happened, and what they really want to do? What are the real changes they wanted to inflict upon the real public, and what betterment India's youth can do for themselves. I say, because definitely they need to do. Never wait for someone else to give you an opportunity. Make your own opportunity. That's what I advocate for. So this is one of the documentation, and there are some. It's like one example I wanted to show you. Let me remove this, and this is like this. Hold on. If I just grab it and okay, so these are some of the CEOs, like the top 50 CEOs which are from Indian origin, and the market capital they actually own. You can search it online in livemint.com. You can definitely go and search. So in the bottom line, what exactly I wanted to tell you is that there is a lot of opportunity for India, and we are definitely going to talk about those in near future, and we are definitely going to tell you a specific ways of a specific skill set and specific according to, definitely it's highly I really had some really amazing questions, because Yogesh Udgire is amazing in skill set development programs. He has been taking programs since like 20 to 30 years. I guess he has got a lot of experience in this particular field. So it would have been amazing if he would have been here, but it's okay. We can definitely have that particular session again. Is this thing working? Okay, I don't know if this thing is working or not. Hello? 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 I don't know if you guys can